The doll looked at me, grinning. Its face was smooth-shaven, that of a man about 40. The nose was long, the mouth wide and thin-lipped. The eyes were close set under bushy brows. They glittered, red as rubies. The doll crept over the sill. It slid, head first, into the room. It stood for a moment on its head, legs wavering. It somersaulted twice. It came to its feet, one little hand at its lips, red eyes upon mine, waiting, as though expecting applause. It was dressed in the tights and jacket of a circus acrobat. It bowed to me. Then with a flourish it pointed to the window. Another little face was peering there. It was austere, cold, the face of a man of 60. It had small side whiskers. It stared at me with the expression I supposed a banker might wear when someone he hates applies to him for a loan. I found the thought oddly amusing. Then abruptly I ceased to be amused. A banker doll, an acrobat doll, the dolls of 2 of those who had suffered the unknown death. The banker doll stepped with dignity down from the window. It was in full evening dress, swallow-tails, stiff shirt, all perfect. It turned, and then with the same dignity raised a hand to the window-sill. Another doll stood there, the doll of a woman about the same age as the banker doll, and garbed like it in correct evening dress. The spinster. Mincingly the spinster doll took the proffered hand. She jumped lightly to the floor. Through the window came a 4th doll, all in spangled tights from neck to feet. It took a flying leap, landing beside the acrobat doll. It looked up at me with grinning face, then bowed. The 4 dolls began to march toward me, the acrobats leading, and behind them, with slow and stately step, the spinster doll and the banker doll, arm in arm. Grotesque, fantastic, these they were, but not humorous. God, no! Or if there were anything of humor about them, it was that at which only devils laugh. I thought desperately, Braille is just on the other side of the door. If I could only make some sound. The 4 dolls halted and seemed to consult. The acrobats pirouetted and reached to their backs. They drew from the hidden sheaths their dagger pins. In the hands of the banker doll and spinster doll appeared similar weapons. They presented the points toward me, like swords. The 4 resumed their march to my bed. The red eyes of the 2nd acrobat doll, the trapeze performer I knew him now to be, had rested on the chandelier. He paused, studying it. He pointed to it, thrust the dagger pin back into its sheath, and bent his knees, hands cupped in front of them. The 1st doll nodded, then stood, plainly measuring the height of the chandelier from the floor and considering the best approach to it. The 2nd doll pointed to the mantel, and the pair of them swarmed up its sides to the broad ledge. The elderly pair watched them, seemingly much interested. They did not sheath their dagger pins. The acrobat doll bent, and the trapeze doll put a little foot in its cupped hands. The 1st doll straightened, and the 2nd flew across the gap between mantel and chandelier, caught one of the prismed circles, and swung. Immediately the other doll leaped outward, caught the chandelier, and swung beside its spangled mate. I saw the heavy old fixture tremble and sway. Down upon the floor came crashing a dozen of the prisms. In the dead stillness, it was like an explosion. I heard Braille running to the door. He threw it open. He stood on the threshold. I could see him plainly in the green glow, but I knew that he could not see, that to him the room was in darkness. "Lowell!" he cried. "Lowell! Are you all right? Turn on the lights!" I tried to call out, to warn him. Useless.